I have been extremely happy with the work of the EU Border Assistance Mission for the last 10 years. We need to remember that the mission was the EU response to a joint request by the then Moldovan and Ukrainian presidents, Mr. Voronin and Mr. Yushchenko, in trying to find technical level assistance, but also more transparency on the border provided by the European Union. So we came up then with the concept of EU BAM. Now I think that the EU BAM's role on the border has in fact evolved quite a lot in the last year. It started off really in trying to find a better picture of what was happening in terms of trade flows. Were there smuggling problems? Were there other issues like this? And then evolved to bringing a better picture, and together with the autonomous trade preferences which were in place from 2006, to assist especially the government of the Republic of Moldova in trying to find ways of providing beneficial conditions for Transnistrian exporters. Transnistria is a very specific area, and that of course has required quite a bit of creativity, let's put it that way, to do things in a rules-based manner in which legal exporters from Transnistria have been able to do their work as well as possible. And have been able to export to the global market. So that's what the EU BAM has been helping. Now let's look at the development a little bit later. There was at one stage in sort of the first part of the second decade of the 2000s, a situation where trust was being built more and more, where confidence-building working groups between the two banks were becoming more and more active. So EU BAM played a very big role, and continues to play a very big role, in bringing technical advice on how to realize political agreements between the two sides to the Transnistrian conflict, how to find technical solutions in their realization. We can look, for instance, and this was already a little bit earlier, of the success of the so-called railway protocol, of first working towards facilitating passenger traffic, the so-called diesel train from Chisinau to Odessa. Then the EU BAM's role was crucial in finding a solution which allowed the so-called railway protocol to be signed and getting cargo traffic going through Transnistria. Then we've been looking very much at issues like number plates, how to find solutions. We're not completely there, but these issues are very much there. Then, as the relationship between the Republic of Moldova and the EU became deeper, important reforms were made, and visa liberalization was coming closer. So the EU BAM played a fabulous role in finding solutions which would both guarantee a better information on who's crossing the Moldo-Ukrainian border, and on enabling us to state that Moldova controls the immigration flows on all her external borders, and at the same time find a solution where earlier restrictions on Transnistrian residents holding passports of third countries, on moving, for instance, through Chisinau airport, so on and so forth, where we managed to in fact take away earlier restrictions and problems and enable and improve the lives of Transnistrians as well. Now, this is work ongoing. The mission, which started mainly looking at Transnistria from outside, has now built also a better working relationship with the de facto authorities in Tiraspol. The head of mission, Ambassador Andrew Tessorier, I have been with him to Tiraspol. I know that he has his contacts there, in order really to facilitate, in a rules-based manner, legitimate Transnistrian trade, take away barriers, and find solutions. And it's been extremely important now also in this very sort of geopolitically loaded period.